Today we are looking at the new and web mechanic from Spider-Man. This mechanic has a real chance, in my opinion, to shake things up in a handful of different strategies. But today we are exploring the mechanic to its absolute fullest, and there's a card that actually surprised me quite a bit as the MVP and helped me close out a lot of my games with a huge bang. Alright guys, today we're going to be checking out a brand new mechanic from the upcoming Spider-Man release, aka Omen Paths on Arena. If you guys didn't know, we just had early access event for streamers and content creators like myself, where we got to play some of the newest cards early to show off for you guys today against some of your other favorite creators. And today we're checking out Webslinging, aka Enwebbing, and this whole deck is kind of built around that idea. And the card we're building around here today is Psionic Weaver / Yera. This card right here, again, Enwebbing, is also the same as Webslinging. It's a really cool mechanic where you get to play the creature cheaper for the downside of returning a tapped creature to your hand, which is a really cool mechanic because, you know, obviously, you know, you want to play this with some other bouncing effects that get some good ETB effects, which this deck does a lot of. This card in general actually taxes the opponent's hand. You get to pick anything but creature as the type, and then they have to pay one more for those types of spells, which is pretty cool. Being able to play that for one, the ideal curve would be get the Lightstall Inquisitor in on turn one, and then this is going to tax, you know, a card from their hand. They play it from the side from exile for one more, and then we're going to obviously try to have to tap this because it's got vigilance, so we're going to need a lot of things that station, like our lands here. We tap that down, return it for just 1 mana to play out our Yera, and we tax their hand again. That's going to be our best start that we can have. And then we've got other brand new cards like Zan here, which can be enwebbed for 3 that allow us to go ramping a little bit here today. You've probably noticed that on the top end here, we're running Coma, and there's a reason for that. It's because I really wanted Coma to come down for a cheap enwebbing cost, because there's this really cool thing that you can do here with the new Peter Parker card, or Sirius, where you can actually flip it over and it makes all of your legendary creatures have Enweb for 3 Bant colors, which means that you can get Coma in for technically 3 mana if you're willing to Enweb it with something else, which is really cool. As well as Elspeth, you know, that's another win con of ours where we can go over the top towards the end of the game. But there's a lot of token stuff that we're going to want to be doubling up on as well. So there's some really good synergies there. But the card I want to talk about most here today is this Eleni. This card is secretly broken. This card won us the majority of our games today, and it's because of its ability to pump all of your creatures by 2/2 and give vigilance. If we can actually dump more mana into the board with things like our, you know, our lands that station, we can pump our creatures multiple times and just win the game. It happened a lot today, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. I mean, we're gonna jump right into it and show you guys what this is all about. But Enwebbing, man, pretty fun, and let's have some fun and jump right into it. We'll see you at the end. Peace. Opening hand. Yes, we do like it. Yeah, we do like this. This is good. We've got ourselves an Enwebbing combo here. Oh, perfect. I like that. We get to bounce that out of off the field with our station land. All right, so we're Jund. No new cards yet. Could be a Roots deck. I hope not, but it could be. Lightstall Inquisitor. Give me some information here. Gonna need some info, my friend. Up against Jim Davis. I played against him quite a bit today. Seeing a lot of big names today. Well, they're having a hard time deciding which card to put off to the side here, which is good. I mean, that it might be disrupting something pretty important here as far as his combos go, but guess we'll see. Dave, what's going on? Okay, what'd they decide on? They decided on the Calamity. Ooh, that's an expensive card to just willingly, you know, tax there. They might have another one. I don't know. They might have another one. They might have like a surprise. I guess this being held open at all times might be pretty important. So this is a what? Normally it's a 6 mana card, and then surprise is also, I think, 6 mana. So once they get around 6 mana, we got to make sure we're holding our counters and our instant speed nonsense. All right, so for starters, we attack. Then we state, whoops, undo that. Then we station. Then we ramp. Let's go. Ramping up, baby. Okay. And let's station again. I don't really have any enchantments I want to copy or artifacts I want to copy. I just like to get these maxed out on stations. If you know, if you can, just do it. I guess I should probably focus on the green ones though. It gives me more mana for each creature I control. What does that do? Mill 5 cards. When you do this, Saga deals damage equal to the greatest power among creatures in your graveyard. Okay. Well, I get to take a look at their hand and I can tax their, I can really tax their, what's it called? Their instant and sorcery speed cards, which could be super good. Let's station this though. In web, I get a token. And Overlord is, okay, so I'm gonna choose instant speed cards because, again, I'm worried about the surprise. We're definitely worried about the surprise. And then I can actually counter an instant or sorcery speed spell with this, pull this back, but that's not going to help me against an opponent who's running all creatures in their hand currently. I guess, could I have chosen enchantment as a type? Spells chosen other than creature. I should have chosen enchantment, actually. I wonder if I chose enchantment, would that affect the overlords because the overlords are technically still creatures? I don't know. Probably. Okay, so anything that targets this it deals 3 damage and it costs more. Where am I getting the, oh, it's my own instant speed stuff. Got it. It affects me too. Got it. Okay, well, if that's the case, how do we want to play this next turn? I think we play the land. We don't have a way of bouncing this back to my hand. So let's blow this up. And I guess can't hold a counter spell open. Yeah, I definitely misplayed this a little bit. I should have chosen enchantments. I'm actually pretty bummed that I didn't choose enchantments. I was thinking it had to be instant or sorcery, which is definitely not the case. I need more in webbing too. I need to get, you know, something like this back. Losing that was pretty big because as long as you have 2 in webbing creatures, you can kind of keep going back and forth with the 2 over and over again. But if you only have 1, you're kind of stuck. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. It's got to be the Terror of the Peaks again, right? Yep. And then they just replay that. I mean, I gotta hope I top deck like an Elspeth or something here. Another Get Lost. That's not gonna do it, but at least it's an enwebbing ability. I want to tax the enchantments, I think, so let's start by doing this. Enwebbing it. Okay, and then what do we want to bounce? This, right? So then we tap this. And then we enweb this back to my hand. I mean, the combos are kind of crazy here. More tokens. We choose enchantment. Should have chose that the first time around. And I mean, we might as well. Might as well, right? Can't really attack through that. End of turn. And I still have a counter spell for instant sorcery or activated or triggered ability. That's actually kind of nice. I can counter the triggered ability off the Terror of the Peaks and then bounce something back to my hand. I can bounce this back. That's kind of sweet. Or I can just counter that. Or I can just counter that. I mean, we're doing the thing, man. We're doing the thing, but it's not exactly over. That's for sure. I think I'm in a lot more trouble than our opponent is. I didn't realize they were gonna just reanimate the Terror of the Peaks. I think that's where I made a really big mistake, is I should have read the 3rd line on that Saga. Okay, so we start out by attacking. Giving all my creatures vigilance is okay, I guess. Let's do this. Oh, I can't. I don't have a green source. Okay, so if I do this, I can give everything vigilance, attack in, and then we just station this, and then end web again, and then just choose enchantments again. That's gonna tax them even further, and they can't really afford to attack into me now, I would imagine, unless of course they play their calamity. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they hit a land drop here and get a calamity down, they probably win. If they don't hit a land, all of their enchantments are super taxed right now. I think that counts for these, but they're also creatures, so I have no idea. I would imagine they're taxed though, because they are technically enchantments. I'm feeling okay. I need another green source so I can access all this extra mana, man. What a weird game though, huh? What a weird game. These new cards, man, when you get play new cards, it's just always so nerve-wracking. Like, are you playing them right? Are you making the right moves? I definitely didn't make all the right moves in this one, that's for sure, but I'm probably gonna end up losing this one too, I still feel like, because they've got 5 over the top. They can dish out a lot more damage when the entry happens on the Terror of the Peaks trigger. I do like how long it's taking though. What's the plan, man? How much did it cost to pump my field again? It was 5 mana. Yeah, if I get a green land, I think I can play this and then pump the field for the win. Okay, so it was a land, but it's a surveil land, so that means no calamity. I think taxing them for another enchantments with this was a really smart idea, but I think I should have probably taken a token instead of the recruiter, because then I could have also pumped the field the following turn and probably got the lethal. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can win this one, unfortunately. I mean, I can bring in a blocker though. If I get a green source and I play out this, how much mana would I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this would produce 4 more. I don't know. I don't know. Are they gonna attack? They don't attack. Ooh. Let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, dude. The taxing of the enchantments was everything. Dude, we won because of our taxing, man. And then we held off, what was it, the calamity? Dude, we held off that calamity forever because of that early Lightstall Inquisitor. Boom, dude. All right, here we go though. Let's lock in. We got another game here. That's not bad. It's not the worst thing ever. Let's try it. It's a little slow, but could be pretty interesting. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get this in. Let's pay the life, get the Inquisitor down right away. And we got ourselves a Mockingbird. So we're team. Oh no, we're Jeskai colors. Foundry, huh? Oh, we're doing some exile and stuff. Oh, this might actually end up helping them with me forcing the exile stuff. Ugh. Okay, that might not be so great. Do I pay life for the Cirrus to come down this turn? How much does this cost to in web? 3? I think I just play this. And I don't really care if they block. Naya's pretty rough and annoying. Naya was the first thing that I played today. Naya was the very first deck we played in the event, and it was really good. I had a lot of fun with the card. I didn't play it with any warped cards, but it's a good idea. All right, they're just gonna bounce the Shepherd back. Yeah. I mean, that's cool, but it doesn't take it and put it into exile, which means that they're not gonna get the value off of the exile stuff. Okay, so this can create a reach creature, which can block the Pixie. And then this I'll choose probably blue. Again, I'm kind of willing to trade with either one of these. I don't really care. Sure. Okay. And then I've got options next turn, man. I've got this, which can send something back to get recast, or I've got, I guess in that case, because this costs 2 to do the enwebbing, I guess I could have got more value out of the Angel because it's a 1-drop, and I would have been able to pay 2. Yeah, I probably should have not done that. That was not smart. On second thought. Okay, it's fine though. We have station ability. Station's only at sorcery speed, right? Yeah, it's only sorcery speed. I was just curious because I'm like, I'm holding an intrusion. What if I sorcery speed tap something down and then intrusion? That'd be kind of cool. Okay, this says whenever a creature another Kavu enters, exile top card. You may play it. Ooh, I love the ramp. Okay. I do love me some ramp. Let's do that. Station you. In web. Here comes the nonsense. We're gonna need another white source, I'm sure. And then might as well just play this out. I don't think we're gonna get too many triggers off of the retreat, but it is a really good card, obviously. I think I need to station just to get some extra mana ramp going for the end game here. End the turn. Okay, so I could play out for the first time the Bant side of the Spider-Man card, Cirrus, which will allow my other things to have the enwebbing for 3. If I top deck a Coma, that would be nasty with an enwebbing ability tied to it. That's like the ultimate dream of this deck, is to get a Coma down through the enwebbing tactics. Okay, as long as they're not pinging me to death, because there's things like, obviously, like Quintoris, which they could play right now. And then there's also the 2-drop enchantment that I've been running all day long that pings you for 1 whenever you play something from exile. Those are the cards that they really need to close out the game, and they don't have either one yet. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, they flipped that. I'm honestly okay with that. I could just kill it with the Get Lost. If I do, I can enweb this back to my hand. That's kind of nice. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go ahead and blow this up. That they lose. Oh, they already played the land. They had a land off of that before. Okay, then we get these guys through. Let's just enweb here so we can ramp some more later. And yeah, let's go ahead and station. I don't think they're gonna have any haste threats. They might. I may end up regretting that, but I don't think so. Another tactician down, sure. This is really fun though, man. This deck, for sure, this is the most thinking I've done all day is with this deck because of all the enwebbing triggers you can get. It's like, which one do you go for? All right, they're gonna copy their own Kavu, which means they get to exile more cards, right? Whenever this or another enters, they get to exile cards. Is it just until they leave the battlefield? This is as long as you control a Kavu, okay. Well, that's not great. That isn't great. All right, let's get you down. Let's station you. Let's enweb. And we're creating tokens like crazy now. Let's go blue. How many more do I need? I'm at 7. 11, and let's make it an even 12. So I've got a lot of mana to work with now. I don't know if I necessarily want to trade with a Kavu here. They're going to still have another one left over, meaning all these cards in exile are still an option for them. So that wouldn't be very good, I don't think. I really wish I could have been taxing them this whole game because that would have been helpful. But I think most of their deck is also creatures. So that's probably not super relevant either. Would have been good to see their hand, though. I would have liked to have seen what's going on in their hand. I really could use an Elspeth to pump the field. A lot of things could be really helpful here. So this could produce 6 mana now, too. Uh-oh. See, this is where the real problem begins now, though, because they can start dealing damage, but also gaining life, which is really big. They give themselves reach. I guess they had to because they couldn't pump any extra mana into that. Okay, we got our tax spell. A little late, though. Okay, so I can pump the field with this. Can I keep pumping it? So if I have, let's see, 6... All right, I'm going to just do something to check it out real fast. Let's see if I pay this, I get 6 mana, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I could technically do this twice. That's not a bad idea, I don't think. I mean, kind of nuts, right? I mean, kind of nuts, right? Oh my god, this card is crazy. And if you add this to the mix, oh my goodness, dude. GG's. All right, going first. This is a really sketchy hand to keep. I'm going to be real. I mean, I had the removal, but yeah, I'm going to have to mulligan that one. Yikes, that's not good either. That's also pretty bad. Okay, better. Kind of. I don't know, man. I think it's this. Why are we getting such expensive cards to start the games out, man? I need to get some cheap stuff. At least I've got my ramp. I guess this is my favorite card in the deck. I know it might seem very weird why this would be my favorite card, but I think it's the most important. Obviously, ramping, very, very good. Okay. Now I need to get a station land so I can get this to tap, and we'll be good to go. The opponent, though, on Zach Fair tells me it's probably going to be Naya counters, and it could be very powerful and very fast. Taking a double mulligan never feels good either. We're off to a pretty rough start, and if the opponent gets rolling here quickly, we could be in trouble. They drop a plains, though. All right. I definitely expect to see green when you see a Zach Fair. Red is optional, so they are running red. But this is an equipment deck? Very interesting. You've piqued my interest. I can play this for, you know, its normal cost, which is good. And we definitely want to name artifacts, right? Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of equipment you control, which is 2 right now. So yeah, we're definitely going to choose artifact. No question on that one. You guys want to trade? I'm cool with trading. I've got my Yara out here, so I'm just trying to open up the battlefield lane here so I can actually attack with Yara and open up the enwebbing. So, all right, so everything costs 1 more for artifacts, so that's not coming down this turn, which is big. So they play their tap land. Makes sense. That card can get pretty out of control. Interesting. Okay, so I guess I'm going to tap and just see what the opponent wants to do as far as blocks go. I'll see. I'm willing to make some trades here. I'm willing to make some sacrifices for the team. I do wonder. Okay, so this is now costing them 4, but I'd like to have it cost 5. So, okay. That is interesting. I would really like to ramp, but I think taking this completely out of the game, it takes precedence here. So we will enweb. This is when I really wish I had a station land, because I could be stationing this and bouncing it with this too. I could be going absolutely nuclear right now if I didn't have to like rely. Oh wait, why was that? Oh, did they get a discount because of one of these? Wait, how'd they play that for? Can I only tax the artifact one time? Oh, I see. It only taxes it the one time. Okay, well, that was a mistake on my end. I'll definitely trade though. Look at the opponent's hand, choose a card. Spells of chosen type cost 1 more to cast. Okay, so I don't actually get to continuously tax them over and over, I guess. Oh well, I'll figure that out in between this game and the next. All right, so Yara, come on down. We're obviously going to choose instant. Enters tapped. See, I thought once it's been named, it's like it's established for the rest of the game, but I guess it's only as long as that's out on the battlefield, it's naming that card. Okay, good to know. Okay, vigilance and reach 4/4, or do I go for the land? I think I go for the land. It's a 4/3 body too. Okay, so we'll choose a white source. Yeah, definitely a white source. Lacking in that department, so we're good there. I do need a coma or something big. I need something big off the top here. I think maybe knowing now that this doesn't work the way I thought it initially did, I should probably cut it down to 3. But it is a really cheap in webbing card, so it's hard to justify throwing it out, or at least cutting it down. Well, you're a little bit late. All right, I'm gonna get a chump blocker, I think, and then I'll flip it over. Okay, pass the turn. Okay, draws weren't great this game. All right, Steiner's back down. That's a 4/3 body. They don't swing here. They don't have any mana to give indestructibility, so they're taking a pretty interesting attack here. Oh, they can swap the equipment, giving first strike. Ooh. Okay. That's not what I thought was gonna happen. All right, it's the best I got. It's the best I got, and an Inquisitor. Alrighty, well, that's gonna be a concede, unfortunately. Darn it. Okay, I mean, double mulligan, it's bound to happen. You're probably gonna lose most of the time, so I'll take that L. It is what it is. All right, so we got the opponent going first. I don't have a way of tapping. Well, I guess I can just attack in, but that's gonna be tricky with an 0-1. I guess we keep it though. It's a much better start than the previous games. Oh, that's good. That's good. I could end up getting this in for super cheap if I don't get interacted with too much here. We'll see. Okay. That's pretty scary. It's very scary. Let's go ahead and get down a chump blocker, but this has trample, so that's not going to be very helpful, is it? This is a 4/3 though. All right, well, they're doing the spider stuff and they are going fast, and I'm going second. This is a otherwise very hard deck to beat regardless. If you're going second and they get a start like this, I mean, not too many things are going to stop that train. All right, an on-tap land is kind of nice because that way I don't have to take damage here. Let's offer the trade, I guess, and see if they take it. Here's the deal. If I play... Because I really want to ramp in with this and then web it, of course. That's kind of the goal here. If I swing in with this, they clearly block here. That would be kind of silly. Yeah, let's just send in this guy. All right, we in web. Gives me a pretty good blocker against the rider here. And then now we can play this without taking damage either, which is kind of nice. I could play it though and take land damage so I can ensure I have a counter spell, but this only counters abilities and instant sorceries. We're up against a lot of creature stuff right now. Could play the Elspeth though too. I guess that's an option. Do they have a kill spell? They sure do. At least it traded, I guess. That's kind of nice. I'll trade. That hurts though. That definitely hurts. Options, man. Options all day. I really want to cheat in Coma. I really do. Yeah. So this can be blocked. This can be blocked. But this trample effect is crazy. I feel like maybe I get down this, take that out. Yeah, that's probably the plan. And then I'll just chump block to save Elspeth for the turn. All right. That'll have to work for now. As long as there's no trample, there's a chance I can win this. There goes Elspeth. Okay. Unlucky. Okay. Okay, that's very, very helpful. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the best way to do this? I think it's to get this down. Because it blocks extremely well. If the opponent has a kill spell, though, I'm done. It's over. Okay, they don't have a kill spell. They don't have a kill spell. You're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. I don't have a station effect, though. Not having a station effect here is brutal because this has... Man. This has vigilance, so I'm going to have to wait another turn. I maybe need to add in like 1 or 2 more station lands because when you don't have the station lands, things get ugly quickly. All right, we're going to send this in, of course. No, don't quit. I was gonna Coma next turn for 3 mana. Dang, that's unfortunate. This time we're going first with pretty good hand. Again, no stationing spell or cards at all, which is a bummer because I get the Lightstall Inquisitor without the station. The absolute beautiful curve out you want is to, okay, there it is to get the Lightstall Inquisitor down on 1 and then get a station land immediately and web here. That of course is like the Disneyland curve. I haven't had that yet though. A red land though, it looks like we're up against another really fast opponent maybe. Oh wow, it's gonna be burn. All right, I'll station this. That might come in handy later, but at the same time they could play a hasty threat. Man, there's no way we're playing mono red, right? I hope not. I did play against Boros Burn earlier, and it was literally just Boros Burn that everyone knows already. Ooh, spicy. A little bit of ramp. The world is my oyster here a little bit. I think I'm gonna attack and choose station and ramp. I think that's the move for me here. I think I do want to get the Weaver down as soon as possible, obviously, because I need to make sure I hit their hand for instant and sorcery speed magic. But for now, I think we ramp. More mana is always probably the best thing you can be doing. I do like that I potentially have a counterspell that works against this opponent. I've had the counterspell every matchup, and it hasn't been good. In this particular instance, it would be good. Oh wow, they're trying to give haste to something. Wild Ride. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but is this a Vivi deck? I was just gonna say, there's no way, right? No, it is. It's a Vivi deck. Goodness. Say it ain't so. All right. We're in for 4. We're in for 4, and I think I want to bounce this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bounce this. Let's take a look at their hand. It's all instant and sorcery magic. What's the most annoying? Probably the sorcery stuff. The sorcery stuff's pretty annoying. Let's get this down. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I could get this back in and ramp again, but that just seems kind of weak. I think maybe I just get this down, actually. And I would imagine they're going to pick a sorcery speed card here to send away. I don't know if I'm playing this one exactly correct, but try my best here to lock in. So we're up to 11, make this a full 12 so I can start ramping with that. Still have yet to get a Kona down in any of these games. I'm really hoping I can web it down, but I don't think it's going to happen in this one. All right, so their VV's down on the field, which is very scary. Very, very scary. Let's just start creating some tokens off of this. You know what? Should I do this first? How much? Tap this and tap a green. I add 3 green sources. I don't think it matters. We're gonna station this. We're gonna get it in for here. Okay, and now I can use the green mana to pump the field like we did prior and kind of go crazy. Do I want to station again? No, of course not. This can get through. All right, so now we basically just got to pray that VV doesn't go nuclear. I don't think they can based on the hand that I'm seeing here and what they've got going on. I've got their sorcery speed mana. Our sorcery speed cards taxed on mana. Perfect. So that costs 2 instead of the 1, which is very helpful. VV goes up though in power, which means more additional mana being used. Man, this deck is inevitable, huh? You're not going to escape this even if you get into an early access event. VV. I wonder when I know the ban announcement's coming soon, and I know they said VV's going to go, right? Like, I wonder when that's gonna happen. It's got to be shortly after the set release, right? Okay, so if I, let's say, tap this for the additional mana, it's only 3 additional mana. So I'm only getting 1 land here total because I'm tapping 2 lands to get the 3 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough to pump everything twice. If I pump everything once though for 2/2 and vigilance, is that enough to make the VV have to block? I don't know. I mean, do they want to block? No, they don't even want to block, right? Yeah, they're just sending it. Okay, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, am I right on that? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, GG's. GG's, VV. All right, well, they got in over their head on that one. They definitely should not have attacked in there. But if worst case scenario, I could have just played Elspeth there, minus and taken out the VV. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool. I still haven't quite got the god curve into the coma that I really am looking for, but we're doing well. I mean, yeah, 5 and 2 right now. Going first, hand is, it's okay. I don't have, dude, this card's killing me because I really envisioned a world where I could get it tapped with the station like every time, and that's not happening. That's not happening. I might get a station land off the top though. I might get lucky. I mean, let's just put it this way. The Lightstall Inquisitor is giving me a lot of reasons why I should have picked Llanowar Elves. It is giving me every reason right now. It's pretty close to losing its job, let's put it that way. All right, Dark Confidant is a scary card. Is there any 3 mana spell I want to play here? I guess I do want to have this open, right? Let's just create this for blue, or no, probably white. We'll pay the 2 life, and then this way we can hold a counter spell open. Let's see what we hit from their hand. Dude, this hand would be nuts if I could just tap one of these guys. Watery Grave goes. Dark Confidant. Oh, I don't like that guy. This guy hurts a lot. It gets pumped up and deals damage straight to your face a lot of the times. Can it go anywhere, actually? No, just my face. They're getting hurt by that Confidant pretty bad already, though. Oh, you're kidding me. Yeah, we might be cooked here, guys. All right. And Bitter Triumph. They play it after the fact of me dealing the damage. They're trying to reanimate that to swap with me. Yeah, I'm going to wait to counter the swap. I was going to counter the Bitter Triumph here, but I actually think I want to counter the swap here. See, it's always important that you get caught with some crazy nonsense early on. That way you can learn from your mistakes, which I definitely have learned from my mistakes. And we will be countering the swap here, which is going to be the Zombify. Maybe. Okay, that's not Zombify. No, you're keeping that. I need you to keep getting dealt damage here, my friend. Okay, well, here's the deal. If I play out... Oh, man. If I play out the 2-drop here, which I really want to do, I won't have any mana to counter because I can't tap anything. Lightstall Inquisitor is really me off right now. All right. Taking damage for their land is crazy work. All right. Definitely countering that. I guess because they were obviously trying to swap life with me. That's why they did it. That makes total sense. But I'm just like, man, that's risky. That's risky when I got mana open, you know? I'm still not going to win this one. I'm so far behind on lands here. And it's just, we're not hitting. We are not hitting right now. I'm definitely not going to offer the trade anymore on the Confidant. I want them to keep taking damage from their own stuff, so let's see what happens. It's a land, darn it. It's a Zombify, right? They got another one? They always have another one. Swapping life with me at this point, though, doesn't make that much of a difference. Now it does. They for sure are swapping life with me. They took damage there. Okay, yep. It's over. It's over. They go to 11, I go to 1. I mean, I can jump block these guys, which is good, but unlucky, man. Unlucky. I think we make one more adjustment to the deck. One more, and that adjustment is going to be adding in more station with our searchable artifact. I think that's going to be important here. I might have to cut back on some stuff, but alrighty, GG's. Man, we had it, but station lands are becoming my biggest enemy right now. Or, I mean, like I said, you could always switch to, you know, Llanowar Elves too, but... Alright, we're going first. We do have the in-webbing here. We don't have any green sources, though, but we can go search up some stuff, which is nice. I think I keep. I'm scared, but I think I keep. If I don't find green, I'm going to be really upset. We should be able to find it, though. Already, though, I like this hand a lot more. It feels a lot cleaner. Like, it feels like... It feels like if we can get the stations popping off, it's going to be really, really good. Here we go. All right, another blue land. Looking for some green lands. Might as well, well, I don't have any, I guess copying this could be relevant. We've done that before with our Kona deck, and it's sometimes pretty relevant. All right. Not how I thought this was gonna go. Let's go search up a legendary spell here. We definitely want to go get Kona, I think, because I mean we could get this though to start taxing. I'm just afraid we're not going to get a green land. If we don't get a green land, it's kind of irrelevant grabbing Kona, but guess we'll see. Actually cancel that. Let's just attack. Let's just attack, get some damage through. Come on, green land. And it's got to be an on-tap source right now because I'd like to try to either flip Cirrus or play another one. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to play another one here. Fair enough. Okay. That's not terrible. Because we can do this. We can attack in with the 2-1. We can go ahead and... Actually, you know what? I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to station with this instead. It doesn't really matter. It's an 0-1. And then we'll end web. Okay, let's take a look at their hand. It is creature, land, instant speed. Okay, we're gonna go instant. And we're just gonna station up here so we can get this close to copying the Siema here. Yeah, I think that's the key, guys. I think you want to add more station stuff into this deck. It's already, like I said, it's feeling better. It's just unfortunately the fact that we have no green lands right now is kind of bad. All right, they're looking at my Yera, just trying to figure out how that goes. Put target creature card from the bottom of your on the bottom of its owner's library. You lose 2 life unless you control a villain. What a weird card. They're going to turn something into a 4/4 with no abilities tied to it, which, I mean, is not that bad. I can always just, you know, station it and get it back. Okay, Elspeth is good. It is good. I don't know, though. I don't know what to do without a green land. I really don't. If I attack with this, it's just a creature that flies, right? And then these get indestructibility. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're playing you. And we're gonna just station the new spider. Station the Yera here. And I don't think we're attacking. And we're gonna end the turn. SA, thank you so much. I will thank you right after this is over. All right, so they exile my graveyard. We lose a Cirrus. That's not a big deal. Don't really care about that. Instant speed spell still costs more, so they're still gonna have to pay 4 for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So they may want to play this instead. I don't know. When did we get this tax? Power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Can't be blocked by creatures of power 2 or less. Oh, this is Sandman. Okay, I know that card. That's the Sandman card. Just waiting on the opponent here. I know it's a pretty tough turn, I think, for them to have to make here. They don't have much going on. They got a 2/2 in the hand, though. It says what? It mills. Enters return target villain card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. So they get this back, and then I can't really block it. Got it. Taking 5, I guess. Yeah, I figured. Okay. Not getting lands, guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. No lands means no victory. Let's start getting this out, I guess. Can't really attack through all this nonsense, so let's just do this. And then it says other legendary creatures you control have indestructibility. So these guys would have indestructibility, but not the 2/1. This does fly. Might as well go over the top. I mean, it's very possible we still pull this one out, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I think we might actually win this one. We'll see. The opponent, though, is going to send this back to the bottom of my library. They're going to lose 2 life, right? Oh no, they have a villain. But okay, these are all villains. I was gonna say I could blow up a villain before that happens. I could also counter and get back. Let's get this back. It's not bad, and that makes my get lost cheaper too. Perfect. Could not have worked out any better. With powers 2 or less, I can't block with. So this essentially could just get through. All right, I wonder what they do here because that's pretty bold. I mean, yeah, I let it go through and then I win. Or actually, no, I don't win yet because they do have the Llanowar Elf, but that's still gonna get through. All right, and then we blow up this. 1, 2, yeah, we still win. Oh, we definitely win now. Jeez Louise. I guess it wasn't in our, it wasn't in the cards to get Coma out today. I mean, still some great games that we had early on. I'm not super happy. It's really strange. We've won a lot of games with the deck and it played really well, but I'm not super happy like with not pulling off the thing you want to pull off, you know? It's kind of like one of those things where I'm like, ugh, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. But I do think this is the much better version of the deck. I think this is the finalized list here. Looks really good.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. When the upload, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.